really thought I was over Holden. I didn't know he was still so much a part of me. I never meant to hurt you, Caleb. I don't know how I can live with that. Hurting somebody else I really cared about. Cared about. Hey, Caleb.
Oh, hey, Pam. How you doing? Come on in. If I'd have known you were coming, I was...
What, you baked a cake?
No, Pam, I wouldn't have baked a cake. I do not bake cakes.
Well, where is everybody?
Let's see. Mama's on her way to London to welcome the new Mrs. Holden Snyder.
Mm-hmm.
I was with Kirk. Ellie's working late, and Lily's probably as far away from me as she can get.
You haven't heard from her?
No. No, not since Iva called and said that she was okay and not to worry.
But you're worried?
Yeah, Pam, I'm worried. Said a lot of things I shouldn't have said.
Well, that happened.
Yeah, but I just shouldn't have. It's not Lily's fault that I said all those things to her. It's not her fault she didn't love me, and I just shouldn't have blamed her like that.
Yeah, well, you know, you say a lot of things when you're upset, when you're hurt, you know, and you can't help it.
Yeah. Like you say, you know, I mean, the words come out of your mouth, and then they're between you, like a wall.
It's hell.
Yeah. Now I know what you're going through, huh?
Well, I just wish you didn't have to find out.
Wait, Tonio, wait. Wait. Look. You can't just tell me that my daughter's gone down to Montega and then walk out of my house. I've got to have facts. Who's with her? Who is she seen? What are the names of these people?
I can't give you their names, Lucinda, without jeopardizing the entire underground movement. Bianca had no right to give it to her.
I don't care about an underground movement. I lost one daughter in Montega. I'm not going to lose another daughter
Well, it
now.
may already be too late. According to Bianca, Lily said she didn't have much more to live for. She would sacrifice her own life to find Sierra.
He said she had nothing to live for. What has she done? What have I done?
Just crossed the border into the Montega. I bet myself you'd want to quit 2 hours ago.
How much did you lose?
A couple hundred mosquito bites. I should have stayed with my plane. Tuck that hair under your cap.
Why?
So half the insect population of Montega don't make a nest in it, that's why. Besides, you look less like a girl that way.
Not everybody is as prejudiced against girls as you are.
I got nothing against girls. They just don't belong out in the jungle, in the middle of a war. Okay, somebody from the underground should be checking this place out within 24 hours. With any luck, they'll find you before the Montegan army does.
What?
Good luck, Snyder.
What? You mean you're gonna leave?
Good luck, goodbye, or adios, which means go to God in Spanish if you believe in that humbug. And if you don't, you're on your own.
As the world turns.
How can I reach her? How can I stop her?
Lucinda, apparently she flew out of Miami several hours ago. There was an airstrip north of the border. By now, she'll have crossed into Montega.
North? She can't come in through the north. She'll end up in the middle of the jungle, for heaven. What are the odds?
Apparently, she doesn't care about the odds.
She will be in the middle of a war. Now, I've got to do something.
Your continued generosity to the movement might help ensure her
I'm not
safety.
be generous to anybody if you don't give me their names.
I can have the money in the right hands first thing in the morning. but it's very dangerous. The man I've contacted won't risk his life for nothing. He wants $100,000, and it'll have to be in cash. Unless, of course, you want to wait till Craig is back from Cuba.
I don't want to wait for anybody. I want to give you the money. I'll give you $200,000 in cash in the morning. Why don't you go after Lily and then continue the search for Sierra?
All right, but there's no time to waste. We better hurry up.
No. Okay. Thank you for this news.
I'm sorry I'm the one that had to tell you.
You're a destroyer, Mother. Oh. You have destroyed every meaningful relationship in your own life, and you're still trying to do that with mine. If you hadn't come between Holden and me, I never would have had to hurt Caleb the way I did yesterday. Oh. So neither one of us can make it right. Can we? Little girl.
I'll find a way to make it right. I will. I will.
Okay, but I warn you, I make a lousy cup of coffee. I told you, you'd be better off with a beer.
Oh, Caleb, I've been working 12 hours. A beer would kill me.
Okay, don't say I didn't warn you.
Okay.
Now, what are you doing all the way out here?
What am I doing? You're my friend, and I have a very good idea about what you're going through right now. Ooh. You need milk?
No, Pam. It's a farm. We have no milk. Not only do we not have milk, but we have the best fried chicken this side of the Mississippi, except for Mama's, of course.
Yeah, brag, brag.
Well, I just told you I make a lousy cup of coffee, and besides, Cal came and cooked the chicken. Come sit down. There's your milk. All right. Guess what?
What?
Cal also offered me a job.
In Texas?
Yes, in Texas. And I told him I couldn't do it because I couldn't leave Mama here with the farm all alone, no help, you know. But then he offered me a job managing his farm. You know, he bought the farm next door.
Is that something you want to do?
I don't know, Pam. You know, I don't know what
You know, Caleb, I feel, I don't know, I feel really weird about Aunt Lucinda being the one that fired you and all that.
No, I don't blame her.
You don't blame her?
No.
Why?
Lily warned me as to what I was getting into. You know, I was sucker enough to fall for Lucinda's trap. My ego just wouldn't let me believe that I was only working at Walsh Enterprises because of Lily. No Lily, no job. I tell you, though, I'd work in a salt mine to have Lily back again. Anyway, Lucinda couldn't have realized how Lily would react to Holden's marriage. I don't even think Lucinda could have planned that.
No, probably right.
Hi, Ellie.
Hey, darling.
Hey, I rushed home because I thought that if you'd be alone, I wanted to make you some supper. You
Well, you
know,
rushed
and a
home?
can of soup.
It's almost 10 o'clock.
I know, I was working my little fingers to the bone.
You want some chicken?
No, I'm not in the mood for chicken.
Oh, I'll make you some salad.
Oh, no, it's okay, I'll make
No,
it.
sit
You want
down.
some
I'll
salad?
make you some salad.
No, we'll all make
busy
it. We'll all
helps me.
make
I
it.
enjoy it.
Let's all make it. Oh.
I just whitewashed the entire cow stall. I was thinking about doing the same to the porch until Pam showed up.
Caleb, you are a glutton for punishment, isn't it?
Let me tell you.
Have you heard from Lily?
No, I have not. You heard from Craig?
No, not a word. Lucinda and Lila haven't heard anything either. I even went so far as to ask our special friend, Emily.
Oh, that is special.
Maybe that's Craig.
Hello?
Are you up here?
Iva, hold on. Caleb, Lucinda's heard from Lily.
Where is she?
Do you know where she is? What?
What?
Hold on.
Ellie, what is going on?
See her.
Okay, I'd say we're about here, and the nearest rebel stronghold is about there.
It's about 20 miles.
You did all right getting here from the airstrip.
You were with me.
Thought you said you didn't need a babysitter.
I don't need a babysitter. I'm talking about a guide.
So, with any luck, someone from the resistance will show up.
I haven't had much luck with anything since I got here. You know, the Delgados say that bad luck sometimes follows people.
Well, in that case, I better get out of here.
Oh, Sawyer, I'll double your pay.
No can do, sweetheart.
I didn't think so.
All right, I tell you what. You hike back to the airstrip with me, I'll fly you back to Miami. No extra charge.
No can do. I came out here to find my sister, and I'm not going to give up, even though I'm scared to death.
Right. Okay. Remember, use both hands and squeeze. Don't jerk the trigger.
I hate guns.
Well, then use your knife. It's quieter anyway. If someone's coming at you, just sink it right into his guts and pull up on it. You're more likely to hit his heart that way. It's your life or his, Snyder.
Why do people kill each other?
You know, I don't have time for a philosophy class. Why don't you...
What, did you hear something?
Get inside, stay there, and use the gun.
Uncle Sawyer!
Damn it, Domingo. I wish you wouldn't wear that old army uniform.
Yeah, it saved my life once, compadre. I regret I have no one to send back with you. But security is tight, and the people are afraid.
Well, that's all right. I'm not making a pickup. I'm making a delivery. Snyder, looks like your luck just changed. Domingo here's with the resistance. Snyder's looking for her sister. She needs help getting past government security.
Her sister?
Yeah.
I'm a girl. Yeah, nobody seems to be too thrilled about the idea. But I'll try not to cause any trouble. I promise. I'm sure glad you got here before Sawyer left.
Me too.
Thank you.
A little hot, to be
Hey,
careful.
great. Thanks so much.
That was Tom.
Well, honey, why didn't you invite him to come in?
Well, he was just out for a walk while Margot was putting the baby to bed. He said to say hello to everybody.
Hart, he probably doesn't want to see me anymore today.
Well, Mom, I don't think he's up to seeing anybody today. He looked kind of shot down. Hal was by tonight to discuss the situation further.
Listen, this seems to be a family problem. Why don't I get lost and,
Dan, you are family.
Oh, honey, I'll get this one.
Might be Tom.
If it is, please tell him to come in, Kim. All right. We have to keep our lines of communication open. That's what I tried to tell the children this afternoon when I went to see them. I may not approve of their decision, but I certainly couldn't love them any less.
Well, I'm sure they were glad to hear that, Mom.
So where's the rest of your family? Well, Paul's at home, and I assume that Hal's still over at Tom and Margot's. No, Tom was here a little while ago, and he said that Hal had left their house about 45 minutes ago. Oh, well, I left a message with Paul that I was here. I wonder where he could be.
Does Hal know yet that you found out about Adam before he did?
No, I haven't told him yet.
Honey, why?
Because Margot got to him first, and he keeps telling me over and over that he can't trust anyone who knew the truth and didn't tell him. He's just too emotional right now, and I think I'm just going to wait till things simmer down a little bit, and then I'll tell him.
Well, I just give you the rest.
well, that's an attitude.
Hello, Barbara.
Hello.
Hi, Barbara.
Hi.
We've just been talking about the situation, but if you'd rather not hear any more about it for a while.
Actually, Nancy, it feels very good to be able to talk about it openly.
How's Hal doing?
I honestly don't know.
I'll get this one.
Oh, honey, thank you.
Barbara, I know Hal is grateful for your love and support through all this.
Well, there's really nothing I can do right now except wait till things get a little bit better. But at least no one else knows right now.
Well, what about Paul? He must be asking the same questions that Andy's asking.
Hal's decided that he doesn't want Paul to know, and I agree with him.
Do you really think that's wise?
Yes, I do. Paul finally has a real father, someone that he can respect and look up to. You should have seen them earlier tonight. They were playing, talking openly and honestly, and I'm not about to take that away from Paul.
But, dear, how can Hal be open and honest with him if you don't tell Paul the truth?
I think I will have some coffee.
Paul and the dentist, my mother and Mag. Thank you, all. Hi.
Hi. Did you get my message?
Yeah, I did.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay, but I just spent the last hour over at Tom and Margot's with my son, and my feelings about this whole thing are changing.
Look, is Pam there or not?
I don't need any more of your lip Kramer. Is John there? Okay, listen, just tell Pam that I called. And if I find out that you didn't give her my message, I'm going to call your bluff and find out if you really are a fighter. Or just full of hot air. Creep. Hey. Going someplace?
Yeah. May I come in?
Sure. Yeah, come on. Your mom didn't give you a hard time about that suspension. I was worried when you...
Oh, it was a nightmare. I said all these awful things, and she said awful things to me, and at home it only got worse. I need some help.
Sure. Sure. What do you want? What can I do?
Can I spend the night tonight? Please?
I'm sorry I'm late, Olivia. I had a personal emergency.
If you had come in with a nice, neat alibi all prepared, I was going to stalk off to my room in a huff. But any excuse that vague has got to be real. Champagne?
That would be perfect. I hope your day was better than mine.
Oh, it was very productive, actually. Ellie and I worked very late and got a great deal done. Largely thanks to Caleb's absence.
I'm glad Lucinda fired Caleb. If I'm lucky enough to be invited up to your suite later for a nightcap, I won't have to worry about Caleb crashing in and taking a swing at me.
If you're lucky enough.
Well, one can always hope.
I suppose. There is something that I'm curious about.
Well, that's a good sign.
What really started that fight between you and Caleb?
That's not important.
Well, I was on the phone, and all I heard was that he accused you of taking money from Lily Walsh under false pretenses.
The search for Lily's sister, Sierra, is quite legitimate.
Do you really think she's still alive?
It's difficult to tell at this point.
Well, obviously, Ellie is gambling that the odds are slim. But I wonder if Craig Montgomery is ever going to be a free man.
Well, I don't want to talk about Ellie or Craig. Especially when I have the most beautiful woman in the room sitting right across from me. Hello.
Thank you. I'd like a double, all right? I was going to call you and cancel, but I didn't because John has gone to the hospital on an emergency, and that meant that I'd have to spend the evening in the house alone with the boy, with Duke, and it was better to come and see you.
So I'm the lesser of two evils?
Oh, no, darling, I don't mean that at all. Actually, you're just like a shining beacon on a dismal horizon, you know?
Dismal horizon? Well, you know, you can always change the horizon. There's always... I'm sorry. This is serious, isn't it?
Yes. My daughter, Lily, has taken herself to Central America. She's gone to Montega. She's going to search for her sister. She's there, almost, in the middle of a jungle, in the middle of a war. And there's not a damn thing I can do about it.
Good Lord. What prompted her to attempt a thing like that?
I have no idea.
All right, well, tell me, what can I do? What can we do?
Nothing. Nobody can do anything. You can have a drink. Hold my hand.
Of course.
I've done everything I can. I just hope it's enough.
You know, it kind of makes sense. Lily felt everything was going wrong with her life. She kept talking about Sierra and Craig and Bryant. Lord knows she has enough money to buy her way into Montega.
No, wait a minute. Let's not jump to conclusions. What if Tonio made all this up just to torment Lucinda? Did you ever think of that?
Did I just say how Tonio found out?
No. She was a basket case. Kirk had to get on the phone and fill me in the rest of the story. Tonio is not going to reveal his sources. You know that.
That's typical.
What are you doing?
I'm calling Tonio.
Caleb, if he's not going to tell Lucinda, he is certainly not going to tell you.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Hello. Yeah, is this Bianca? Yeah, look, I'm a friend of Lily Walsh's. My name's Caleb Snyder. Can I speak with Tonio, please? No, look, I don't have that kind of time. Listen, Bianca, did you tell Lily how to get into Montega? Please, Bianca, this is important. Look, Bianca, I have to help Lily before it's too late. Bianca...
What happened?
Poor kid sounded scared to death. She just crying, going on about how sorry she was. Tonio must have been really furious with her.
It seems obvious to me that Tonio wasn't making this up.
This whole thing was my fault.
Caleb, stop that thinking right now, please. It's not going to bring Lily back, you know that. Caleb, where are you going? Caleb, where are you going?
I hope he's not there. I think he's going. I got the keys in my car. I'll go.
Caleb! Caleb!
You better get inside and get some rest.
It smells in there. Besides, shouldn't we get started?
It's 20 miles to Tostedos, and the village is full of soldiers. We must be rested.
Wait, I thought you were taking me to a rebel stronghold.
You want to know if your sister is alive, see? In Tostedos, there are those with information.
Oh, I have money.
Good.
Have you ever heard of the Esteban plantation?
Everyone in Montega knows of the Estebans. They were once very rich, very powerful. But the plantation is lost and the family is gone.
Sierra Esteban is my sister.
Ah. Mm-hmm.
Sawyer said it's safer to travel in the jungle at night.
At night? It is very dangerous in the jungle at night, especially for a woman.
All right. I'm not very tired, though.
I promise you, you'll be glad you had a chance to rest. Go lie down. It is very cold in the jungle at night.
We'll continue with part 2 of As the World Turns in just a moment. And now part 2 of As the World Turns.
Snyder, do you have a boyfriend back home? Hmm? Does he worry about you?
I think it's pointless to rest. Let's get out of here.
How much money do you have?
What?
To bribe the soldiers in Tostedos who might have information about your sister.
How much money do I need?
Well, that depends.
On what? What? Did you hear something? Shh. Did you hear anything?
That's exactly it. It's too quiet. Oh, you have a gun. Good. If anyone comes into the clearing, shoot.
What?
I said use both hands, remember? But I'm just as glad you forgot to release the safety.
What are you doing back here?
Well, it's a nice night for a walk in the jungle. Besides, I've never been to Tostedos.
Oh, I'm so glad to see you.
Now, come on, let's get out of here before I regret doing this. Domingo, why don't you lead the way? I'm going to be right behind you, Snyder. Must be going soft in the head.
There's a terrible state of affairs down there. I mean, the new regime is totally dependent upon drug money for all wants and purposes. The country's in a state of siege.
I loathe that place. I always loathed it. I detest it. Now it's a symbol somehow. Everything bad that ever happened in my life, and I go way back, way back when I was young and I married Jacobo Esteban. And then when I left, my baby there. And now, today, it's Lily. Oh.
Or had I been Jacobo Esteban, I'd never have let you go.
Well, God, if he'd been like you, maybe I wouldn't have left him. I would have stayed there. I would have been content, and everything would have been different. But now my life, I'm like doomed to repeat mistakes.
But we have to keep trying, which is why I decided not to take a direct flight home.
Oh, you know, it was so good to hear your voice on the phone. It's good just to hear it. It's like music.
I'm glad. I'm glad. But my problems pale in comparison with yours. But I needed to see you, too.
I've been so selfish. I'm sorry. Tell me everything.
Do you think daughters are destined somehow to break their father's hearts?
Yes, darling, after they've broken their mother's hearts. Well, what happened? You went to Los Angeles to see Trisha.
She's met an actor.
Oh.
Enough said.
Oh.
He's probably after her money.
Yes, we've had that. It's so familiar, my heavens. Lily has a young man, and all he had was dollar signs dancing in his eyes. But you know what? I'd dance at their wedding right now, if she could be here.
There are times when we would be tempted to make a bargain with the devil.
Maybe we should continue this conversation in your suite.
All right.
Tony, I want to know how Lily got into Montega, and I want to know who arranged it.
Caleb, I'm not at liberty to divulge that information.
Bianca told Lily, didn't she?
Well, Bianca made a mistake.
Listen, you're not going anywhere until you tell me what I need to know to help Lily. Now, I want phone numbers, I want addresses, and I want the route into Montega.
Caleb, you're out of your league. Shall we go?
So Margot and I agreed that we would go on working together for now.
Well, that's a big load off my mind.
Isn't that going to be a little difficult? You have to be able to trust your partner. You can't trust Margot.
Well, we're just going to have to rebuild that trust. She is the mother of my son, and we are going to be seeing a lot of each other for the next 18 or 20 years, as long as Adam is in that house.
But you haven't changed your mind about allowing them to raise the boy.
No, I think that's the best thing for Adam.
So do I.
But is it the best for you, Hal? Can you stand by and watch that child grow up and never have him know that you're his father?
I don't know, Nancy. I mean, I honestly don't know. Tonight, when I held him in my arms and realized that he was a part of me, I must confess that I had second thoughts.
You're having doubts.
Kim, doubts. Of course I'm having doubts. Tom and Margot are having doubts. I'm sure you're having doubts.
Well, we don't doubt your sincerity, Hal. I think your decision is very unselfish.
Oh, thanks. But if it would have been better for Adam the other way around, I would have been as selfish and hard-hearted as necessary.
I understand from Barbara that you've decided not to tell Paul about Adam.
Well, I've changed my mind about that. Honey, I honestly don't see how I can have the kind of relationship I want with Paul if I keep something as important as this secret from him. Kim, I'm sure that you want to tell Andy for the same reason.
Exactly.
I suppose this was Margot's idea, too?
No, it was my idea. As a matter of fact, Tom and Margot didn't even want to tell Leanne for now. We started to talk about it. Things got pretty tense, so I left so they could discuss it.
Tension seems to go along with things like this. I wonder how that tension's going to affect Adam.
I don't think there's any way of predicting that, Ma. I think we have to handle this one day at a time. But I think we are headed in the right direction.
Oh, I'll do everything I can to help. You know, if you and Margot decide you can't work together, hey, we'll make other arrangements.
Thanks, Mac. I appreciate that.
Dan, do you think we ought to be on our way home?
Hey, up to you.
Yeah, we should.
Thanks for dinner, darling.
Thanks for coming. Yeah, good to see you, man.
Yeah, thank you. You too.
We'll feel a little better.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to fight this battle all by yourself. I wish you'd let me go with you over to Tom and Margot's.
In case I haven't told you enough, I really appreciate your support in this. I don't think I could have faced Tom and Margot that first time without you, but I gotta stop leaning on you.
Why?
Because I have to accept the responsibility of fatherhood, and that is something that I have to do alone, with all the help that I can get from Margot, because after all, Adam is our son.
I should have broken your neck, Tonio.
Let's go.
Maybe you should stay on the farm where you belong.
Caleb!
Those two deserve each other, you know?
Great. Oh, you fool. You've jeopardized our only contact with Montego.
You're not going to pin the blame on me, Lucinda. You're the one that manipulated Lily out of her relationship with Holden, and if you hadn't, they'd be living happily ever after right now instead of her risking her life.
Caleb, let's go home. Come on.
Pam, I'm sorry I put you through this.
Listen,
Okay?
Caleb, this behavior is not going to bring Lily back.
I know I lost my chance, but look, you haven't. Now I want you to get back with Bo before it's too late, okay?
Let's go. Let's go.
You wouldn't believe some of the things that Mom accused me of, Ray. Well, obviously, Jess has been feeding her all kinds of lies. No, I'm okay. But I can't come home. I'm spending the night at a girlfriend's. No, not Sally, but Mom's wrong about Sally, too. You can tell her I said so. I really don't want to discuss it, okay? Look, I'll come by the station tomorrow and we can talk then. Yeah, I love you, too. Bye.
Sounds like that argument with your mom was over a lot more than the suspension.
Well, according to my mom, everything I've done in my whole life is wrong and always will be. I ran into a girlfriend, right? And she offers me a hostessing job at the club where she works. It pays real well. But my mom is convinced that it's some sort of den of iniquity. She practically accused Sally of being a prostitute.
Look, why don't you just get a good night's sleep? Things look a lot better in the morning. I don't know why people say that, but it's worth a try. You take the bed.
Oh, no.
No arguments, no arguments. I will be perfectly comfortable on my floor and sleeping bag. Besides, didn't I tell you my best talent is helping women in trouble? Here, I just watched these. You got that? Give me a hand.
I don't know what I would have done without you.
Maybe that's where things went wrong with Pam and I. Never really felt like she needed my help. Back half the time, I felt like I needed hers.
Why do you listen to Jessica, Mom? Okay, so I like Bo, and it's great being with him, but I'm not in love with him.
Here. I'll get you tucked into bed in a minute.
Oh, I saw Andy's car pull in a few minutes ago.
Yeah, I thought I heard him. I keep expecting to hear the refrigerator door open. And then I remember he's living on his own.
That's one of the things I love best about you, my darling. Your incredible power of hearing. What a sense that is. I swear if he sneezes, you're across the driveway with chicken soup in a flash.
Oh, are you saying I'm an overly protective mother?
I'm saying that you're a very good mother.
Oh, thank you, darling. Well, what is a good mother? I'm sure Margot thought she was being a good mother, too, when she was trying to protect Adam.
Well, you know, I'm glad we heard Hal's point of view firsthand.
I don't really think we should count on Hal's point of view being carved in stone. Tom and Margot have had a lot of time to figure out how they feel about this, and Hal is dealing with this crash course in fatherhood, no warning at all. There's bound to be some kind of aftershock.
You know, the real problem is Tom and Margot feel that the situation is out of their control. Tom really feels that he's being shut out as Adam's father.
You know, in a way, that's really what was happening to Hal. The only difference being that Tom is aware of what's happening. I sympathize with Hal. I sympathize with Tom.
Look, maybe we shouldn't talk about this anymore. We're both kind of tired.
No, I think your mother's right. We have to keep talking and sharing our feelings, even if we disagree, especially if we disagree.
Yeah, but as Barbara said, This is not a great time to tell this to all the kids. I mean, they're going to have a lot of questions, and we don't have a lot of answers.
Well, I certainly think Andy is old enough to deal with this and understand it.
Well, I think you should talk to Tom and Margot before you tell Andy.
Why, honey? Hal is going to tell Paul, and I would very much like to tell Andy.
Don't you...
Don't I what?
Nothing. I'm going to bed. I'll see you upstairs.
Now, Lucinda, I wouldn't take what that young man said too much to heart. Obvious he was desperately worried about Lily, same as you are.
Yeah, you want to come in?
Yes, I'd love to. But I don't think it's wise to count on hospital emergencies for keeping husbands away, and I don't want to make waves on what seem to be troubled waters.
You're the most understanding man imaginable.
I doubt whether Marina would agree with you.
Oh, the hell with ex-wives.
Oh, God.
You make me feel like a woman. Oh.
Now, you know, I've been restraining myself. But if you become any more helpless, I won't be able to resist. I shall have to tuck you in.
Must you go back to New York?
I postponed the flight.
Did?
I wouldn't dream of leaving you until you've had word of Lily.
Nice. That's nice.
Hey, what's the rush, Domingo? Take a breather.
Great.
You getting soft, Sawyer?
Hey, I just want to wet my whistle. Straight vodka?
Oh, no, thank you.
Hey, not for you, compadre. Way I figure it will be in Tostados by morning, that's where I definitely leave you. Which means Snyder's safety here is going to be entirely in your hands. I want you stone cold sober. Let's go.
I have to take responsibility for being a father, and that's something that I have to do on my own with all the help that I can get from Margot. After all, Adam's our son. Our son. Our son. Our son.
I'm sorry, did I wake you?
What time is it?
You didn't sleep at all?
I can't shut my mind off. Keep thinking about going into the station today, pretending that nothing's happened when everything has.
You know, you could ask Mac for a little more time off.
It's not gonna help.
He'll hold me, please. I keep imagining things, too. I keep imagining that you and Margot are getting closer and closer and closer because of Adam, and I'm just left out in the cold.
I'm not gonna let that happen.
You know what I want? I want to give you a child. Hi.
Hey, how'd you sleep?
Did you believe it like a baby?
Good. Listen, I'm gonna go hit the shower, and then I'm gonna go to the store and fix us up some breakfast.
Well, you don't have to do
No,
that.
it's no problem. It's kind of nice having somebody to look after again.
Oh, Pam.
Morning, Caleb. I guess Iva didn't come home. She stayed at Kirk's.
You didn't sleep last night, did you?
Made a real jerk out of myself last night, didn't I?
No, Caleb, you didn't. You showed that you really care about Lily in spite of everything.
Say, I'd give my soul to be able to go down to Montega and help her, I'll tell you. But I can't, you know? There's no use in even thinking about it.
Is that why you didn't sleep?
Is this what it's like to really be in love? Is everybody this miserable?
No. No, Caleb, everyone's not this miserable. Just some of us.
You want to tell me what you're smiling at?
Oh, I'm just imagining the smell of fresh brewing coffee on the stove at my farmhouse back home.
That way lies madness. I wonder what's keeping Domingo.
Thanks for coming back last night, Sawyer.
Just don't trust anyone. Not even me.
Right.
Sawyer!
Is something wrong?
There's much activity in the village. Perhaps a wedding, but it is impossible to get closer. I suggest we wait till siesta time.
Not me, Jack. I got a plane to catch. Hasta luego, Snyder. Can't say goodbye because I plan on coming back and flying you and your sister out.
¡Quédese tranquila! Si no quieres morir también.
Shoes by Phyllis Poland. This is Dan Regin, inviting you to join us again Monday for As the World Turns. This is CBS.